All right, here we are. We're going to do some problems from 3.9 from the homework. I'm going to work out some examples. Raise your hand and then read the problem out nice and loud and clearly. And then everybody else should be copying these examples down. If you didn't know how to do it, you need to be paying attention, asking questions. I'll do all 17 if that's what it takes, but I want you to be actively participating. Don't just sit and watch the show, okay? If you've got your hand up and you're asking questions, and when I'm working the problem out, you need to be copying it down. Okay? You had your hand up first. Yes?
Number 16.
16. Read it out nice and loud. Hold on, let me say. My biggest pet peeve is for 5 minutes from now somebody asks out for me to do 16. Okay? So 16, I'm doing it now. You need to be watching it now. Don't ask me to work out 16 later. Okay? After I've already done it. All right, read out 16. I'm sorry. Say that again.
2x plus
10. 2x plus 10
yes.
over
x squared minus 25.
All right.
Divided by 4x squared over 2x squared minus 10x.
Minus 16x?
10x.
10x, thank you. Minus 10x. All right. What's the name of the game in these problems? Factor, factor, factor. However, because this is division, when I factor this one, what do I need to do at the same time? Keep it, change it, flip it. Okay, keep it, change it, flip it. All right, so here, I factor this. I take a 2 out and I get x plus 5. I factor x squared minus 25. Okay, and what does this factor into?
Difference of perfect
It's the difference of perfect squares, so it factors into x minus 5 and x plus 5. Notice how I'm doing it nice and neat. I'm scratching out the stuff that I've already used. Okay? How about 4x squared? Does it simplify? No, I don't do anything to monomials. Somebody in extra help this morning tried to say that was 2x times x, or break it up. You don't break up monomials. Keep it the same. 4x squared. Why did I put it on the bottom? Because I'm flipping. I can go ahead and change this to multiplication. How about 2x squared minus 10x? What's the GCF? 2x, and I'm left with what? X minus 5. X minus 5. Okay? So all 4 areas are now dealt with. Okay? Now I can start canceling. Right? X plus 5 cancels with x plus 5. X minus 5 cancels with x minus 5. On the top I have a 2, and an x. On the bottom I have 4x squared. The 2's cancel out with the 4. The x cancels out with the x squared. And all I'm left with is an x. But where is the x?
On the bottom.
On the bottom. You better put 1 over x as your answer. What do you think A is going to be if it's multiple choice? If you had to think about it, what is A going to be?
X.
Just x. They're going to try to get you to pick x, and that's the wrong answer. D probably is going to be the correct answer in 1 over x. So you've got to be diligent, and when you're looking at your choices, that you don't pick A. The answer is not x by itself. It's 1 over x. Questions on this problem?
Why'd you cross out the 4? Like, where'd you get that?
I had a 2 and a 2 and a 4. 2 times 2 cancels with 4 all day long. Okay? Yes. No. Any other questions on 16? 16. All right, what's your number?
7.
7? All right, hold on. All right, number 7. Sorry. Read it out.
6x over 4x squared minus 1
Okay?
times 2x squared plus 7x plus 3 over 18.
All right. Do I have to worry about flipping it in this case?
No.
No, why not?
Because it's not division.
Because it's not division. Dean, are you with me? Yes, sir. Okay. What does this factor into, Dean? 4x squared minus 1. What's this called? Dean?
Difference of perfect square.
All right, so what does it factor into, Dean?
X.
2x and 2x. Okay, the square root of 4x squared is 2x and 2x. Then I know it's got to be 1 and 1. 1 times 1 gives me 1. One's got to be positive, one's got to be minus. Okay? Now, if I had to guess, guys, in that trinomial up there, what do you think? I know I said that. In that trinomial up there, what do you think one of the factors is going to be?
Positive.
It's either going to be 2x plus 1 or 2x minus 1. It's probably going to have one of these factors up there. Okay, let's see if we can make that work. We got 2x. We know it has to be 2x. We know it's got to be x right there. We know it's got to be plus and plus, right? Why do both signs have to be plus? Because that's positive tells us that they are the same. That being positive tells us they're both positive. Okay? Now, what do you think that first one is going to be? A 1, probably. Let's see if we can make that work. If I put a 1 there, what would have to go there?
3.
A 3. Let's check it. The outside gives us 6x. The inside gives us x. What's 6x plus x?
7x.
7x. Is that what I want in the middle?
Yeah.
So did I factor it correctly?
Yes.
Yes, I did. Okay. Does anything happen with 6x and 18? Can I factor them? No. But I can start, when I start canceling, I can cancel. Right? 6 cancels with 18 and I just get 3. 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 1 cancel. So on the top I have x, that x, and I have x plus 3. On the bottom I have a 3 and a 2x minus 1. That value and that value are the only things left on the bottom. So I had 2 terms on the top, 2 terms on the bottom. Alright? Does anything cancel? Can the 3's cancel? No. Can the x's cancel? No. Nothing cancels. When you get to this step, nothing cancels. John?
What if you would have said 2x minus 1 times 3?
Where?
On
Here?
The bottom, no, on the bottom of your answer.
2, it would be 6x minus 3. If you distributed, it would be 2x minus 3. It would be 6x minus 3. And that would be wrong because I've told you many times to leave it in factored form. So you want to leave it written out like this, not like this.
What if you would have put the 3 behind the, like, so times 3?
Technically that would be correct, but I don't want to see it written like that. I want to see the 3 here. I understand why you put it because it was here. We typically put monomials in front of binomials. Okay, good question. Anybody else on this problem now? Questions on number 7? Yep.
If we're doing EV, it would be plus or minus 1, right?
If we were doing excluded values, you would have negative 1/2, positive 1/2, and then there wouldn't be anything there. So you would have those 2 values and that's it. But they're not going to ask you that on this. Yes?
On the test, if we put it like in like a not like that form, but when we actually multiply it out, would you count that wrong? Or?
I would. I'm telling you now and many times before, you must leave it in factored form in your answer. Okay? These are all good questions. Ted, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me erase this and then we'll do another. All right, what you got? Hester?
Number 14.
14. Read it out.
X plus 2 over 3x minus 3 divided by x squared plus 11x plus 18 over x minus 1.
All right, I'm going to speed up a little bit. Okay, that's what that factors into. X minus 1 simply goes on top. Why am I flipping it?
Because it's division.
Because it's division. This turns into multiplication. Okay? Then this factors into x plus 9 and x plus 2. Is that right?
Yep.
9 times 2 is 18. 9 plus 2 is 11. So that's what that factors into. Cancel, 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 cancel. On the top, everything goes away. On the bottom, I have 3 and x plus 9. And I'm done.
Good job.
Okay? What's the name of the game in this? Being able to factor. You factored out a GCF here. You factored that trinomial into 2 binomials. You've got to be efficient. Not only correct, but you've got to be efficient in factoring. Okay? Why is this problem fairly easy to factor?
Because
What is A? 1. When A is 1, it's pretty easy to factor. Okay? Alright, any questions on 14 before we move on?
yeah, I think I had the right answer. Like, I think it was kind of scrambled up when we were going back over it. I thought you saw like 3x plus 1, so I changed it back.
Okay. Alright.
When you're reading it out, you see what's 1 over 3x plus 9.
1 over 3x plus 9. I didn't say the parentheses.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. That's my fault. I should have said 1 over 3 parentheses x plus 9. My fault. Okay, anybody else? Question? All right, let's move on. What number?
Number 2.
All right, number 2. Good. That's one of the multiplication ones at the bottom. Then we're going to move on to the adding and subtracting ones out of your workbook. Number 2. Read it out.
24 over 7x squared times 14x to the 6 over 40.
All right. First question, is there any factoring to happen here? No, there's no factoring. Okay? There's no binomials. Right? So I can cancel. Let me show you a trick. Everybody get your calculator out. Using your fraction button, type in 24 over 7 times 14 over 40. Don't. Using your fraction button, type in 24 over 7 times 14 over 40 and hit equals. What does your calculator say?
6 over 5.
6 over 5. So it does all of the numbers for you. Right? All I did was extract the numbers out of there and do the numbers. Okay? So the calculator did it for you. Anybody not get 6 over 5 on their calculator? Need some help. Fraction button. Alright? Now let's talk about the x's. How many x's do you have on the top?
6.
6 x's. How many x's do you have on the bottom?
2.
2. So when they cancel, how many x's do you have left?
4.
And where are they?
On the top.
6x to the 4th over 5. Now, if you didn't use your calculator, you could cancel 7 into 14 and get 2. Take an 8 out of these, and 3 times 2 is 6, and 5 on the bottom. So you could do it by hand, but you could also, if you struggle with that a little bit, you could use your calculator. No problem. Anybody else have a question on number 2? Anybody have a question on number 2? All right, hit record. How long was that one?
12:20.
Perfect.